From this lesson onward, we will be working on global state management. To make you clear about the concept of global state management and to make our app ready for it, we'll introduce a new functionality into our app, which is a theme mode switcher. In this settings page, I want to create a switcher which can be used to change the theme mode of our app to either light mode or dark mode. So let's move into this settings screen and create a body on this scaffold. And this will have a column because it can have multiple settings, and by using column we can stack them vertically, alright? So the first child of this column will be a mode switcher. So let's create a widgets folder in this lib directory. And now inside of this widget folder, let's create a new Dart file for the switcher. And I'll name it themeswitcher.dart. And now let's create a new stateful widget inside of it and rename this class to theme switcher. So now in the setting screens column, first child will be the theme switcher widget. So here we have this placeholder widget. Let's replace it with a row because I want some text widget and a switcher placed horizontally. So the first child of this row will be the text widget with the text app theme mode. And second child will be a switcher. Let's just keep text widget here for now. And the third child will be the text widget for active mode. And as we have a light mode as default, let's keep it light mode. Let's provide a little bit of padding in this widget. And here I want this app theme mode text widget on the left side, and I want other two widgets on the right side. For that, let's create a new row widget over here and move these two widgets inside of this. And now set the row alignment of this main row to space between. So main axis alignment equals to main axis alignment dot space between. And now these widgets are placed where we want them to be. So now let's change this app theme mode to theme mode only. And now let's replace this switcher text widget with an actual switcher. And for that we have this switch widget. So it has two required arguments, and the first argument is a boolean, so either true or false, which determines if the widget is checked or unchecked. Alright. Let me keep it to true for now. And the second argument is a callback function with a callback value. So now we have the switch widget in our screen, but if I click at this, it's not changing. For changing this, we need to change this value argument. If I set it to false, switch is unchecked, and if I set it to true, it's checked. So instead of hard coding true or false, I'll create a new bool variable over here with the name is checked and set it to false for now. And now let's change this false to is checked. So the value of this boolean will define if the switcher is checked or unchecked. So when a switcher is clicked, this unchanged is triggered, and this callback value will have the updated status, either true or false. So let's move inside of this callback function and set this is checked to the value of this function, and also use set state to notify state about it. So now if I click at this switcher, unchanged is triggered and the value is changed, and so the is checked variable is also changed. And now we have a working switcher here. And now I want this light mode text widget to change according to the value of is checked variable. So if the value of the switcher is checked, it means dark mode, and if not, it means light mode. Alright. So if is checked equals to true, then this is a dark mode, and if not, it's light mode. So now the text widget value is conditionally rendered. Alright. So now let's provide some spacing between these widgets. And now it's perfect. Let's make this theme mode bold. Now to make this switcher actually work and change the entire theme of our app is the main challenge of this app. And it is a complex challenge because theme can only be changed by modifying this theme data in our main.dart file. It must be changed on material app. But our theme switcher is at another screen at another file and is nested inside of another widget. And for making this work, we need to pass the data from one screen to another, onto the widget, and then into the navigator, and then another widget, and so on. It brings a whole new level of complexity in our app. If we keep lifting state, calling functions and passing data, our app will be too complex to work with. So it would be better if this is checked value was at the top, like around here somewhere, and if all the widgets in our app were able to access, read and modify it, right? Then we would update this is checked value directly from this theme switcher widget, and material app will read that and update value and change theme accordingly. Then it would be much easier to work with and will minimize the complexity, right? And that is exactly what we can achieve by global state management in Flutter. We'll have a look at it in detail in our next lesson, so I'll see you there.